Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Truly Myrtle podcast. I'm Libby, and this is my weekly live podcast beaming out onto YouTube and on Facebook. And we're going to talk all about knitting and making and other good stuff. It is so good to have you with me. I can see people jumping on. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you from Southern California. Oh, I wonder what the weather's like over there. It's a bit grey here today. It's kind of cold, warm, cold. I don't know. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. It's all a bit up and down. I hope you're all well. I've got a bunch of stuff to talk to you about. I was going to talk to you about some knit-alongs. I'm going to talk to you about some buttons. I'm going to talk to you about photos and all sorts of things like that. So we're going to get started. I had this dream last night. I already did the podcast in the night. You know those dreams where you've already done it in your sleep? And so I did the podcast last night. Oh, it's in the 80s. Oh, that's kind of moderate, I think, isn't it, Diane? Not too hot, not too cold. We'll see. I had this strange dream and I thought, how are you, Sandra? Nice to see you. If anyone's on Facebook, let me know because oh, there we are. There's Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Perfect weather for knitting. Hi, Claire from Whitcomb Bolton. So I had this dream that I already did the podcast. And I woke up this morning and I thought that was a really good podcast. I could do it like that. And then I thought, why did I show them a cheese slice? I showed you a cheese slice. I was showing you things that would be really helpful with your knitting. And one of them, I think it was this whole thing. All I can remember was the cheese slice. And, you know, we get them in New Zealand. I don't know who else has them around the world. But they're about that long. They're like a stick. I don't really see them so much anymore. We had them when we were young, and they've got like a wire that goes down either side of a piece of plastic, and you pull it along the top of the cheese and it slices off a piece of cheese. Well, in my dream, in the podcast, that was a very good thing that you could try, I think, in relation to your knitting. So I thought, oh no, we won't talk about that this morning with the cheese slice. It's most strange. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you for ages. Oh, it's really good. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you. Oh, Charlotte's having a lovely day in Edinburgh. Unusual for this time of year. And it's soggy in Kaiwaka, says Jean. Hi, Barbara. Oh, you're all coming in all of a sudden. It's really nice to see you all. Hi, Jessica from Florida. You almost felt a touch of cooler air this morning. Maybe I was dreaming, like me. At least there weren't any cheese slices. Hi, Faith, watching me for the first time on Facebook. And you're in sunny Delta, British Columbia. Fantastic. Hi, Sharon from Hamilton. Yeah, Barbara uses her cheese cutter all the time. Well, I don't know why that appeared in my dream. I don't even have one anymore. We have one of those lovely little, you know, those ones that you pull along that you get in Europe. I don't know if people use them in Europe. Hi, Marianne. It's sunny in Gippsland. Nice. That's good. All right. So what I thought I would talk to you about was... Oh, it's so nice. I can see all your comments coming in. Hi, Deb. Your first time chatting, but my millionth time watching. Oh, home with tonsillitis. Oh, Deb, feel better soon. She's in Napier. Hope you feel better soon. Hi, Francesca from Brisbane. Hello, it's cool here today. Now, I've noticed my mother-in-law has been coming on hours after I finish and saying, hi, Libby. So I have to say, hi, Snow, because she's wondering why I'm not saying hello. But it's because you're coming on hours later, Snow. So you have to come on at the right time so I can say hi to you. Hi, Tracy from Ohio. Okie doke. So there are a few knit-alongs going on at the moment in the Truly Myrtle Hangout. And I just thought I'd bring them to your attention because I realized they've kind of started and going and I haven't even told you about them. So we've got two. One is like a formal knit-along that's happening and everybody is joining in. And that is kind of being guided through. And the other one is more of an informal knit-along. So I thought you might like to hear about them anyway. So the first one that is the more formal knit-along is the cardigan that I'm wearing. I don't know what's happened to my necklace. Let's just straighten that up. It's gone a bit funny. Is the cardigan I'm wearing called Amelia cardigan. And she is a raglan cardigan with these nice little shaped raglan line, so that kind of goes like an S, and she's got this lovely little piqué edge all over her. She's got an I-cord buttonhole. She's got these little piqué edges that appear in all the main points down the front, around the neck, and on the cuffs and at the hem. And she's got this variegated ribbing in her, where we use a little bit of mohair in between a little bit of fingering, which is a second colour to the main body. So you'll need fingering yarn. I use this beautiful soft Australian merino for mine, and so you can use whatever you like. Fingering works beautifully. I used this hand dyed yarn, so it's got all these lovely colors through it, and I've got just a single skein that I used in the charcoal for the other color, and then I used a mohair, which I actually used a rowan mohair that matched beautifully with this main color. So you can have a little bit of fun with the colors, but that is underway. It's still got a wee bit to go. You're never late. You can just join in whenever you want to join in, and you do that over in the Hangout. So that's on Facebook. The Truly Myrtle Hangout is on Facebook, and you just go and, if you're not in it already, you can just go and like knock on the door and you just fill in some questions, and then we'll let you in. And so there's just over 5,000 people in that group. It's a big group, so you can knit all the Truly Myrtle things, and we do these kind of guided knit-alongs from time to time when new patterns come out. So you can do that at the moment. Jean says, I'm knitting it at the moment. I love it. I'm doing it in yarn from natural fibre as well. Yeah, natural fibre. That's the yarn I used from Australia. So Cheryl does have kits, so if you like the color of mine, she has got a kit in exactly these colors, but she also has, I think, about 3 other kits of colors that you can choose, where she's got the main color for the body, and then she has the alternate color for the ribbing, but then you grab your mohair. I don't think the kits have a mohair in them as well. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So you can just grab your mohair. You don't have to use mohair if you don't want to. You could just alternate with the fingering that you already had for the body. So you can stash dive for this one for your little extra bits and bobs that you need. So that one is going on. We just post periodically. This is where we're at, and you can ask all your questions and post all your photos, and it's really nice to do things with other people. So that was the first one. The second knit along is more of a casual knit along, and it started because a couple of people said they wanted to knit Rebel, and other people went, oh, I'd like to knit that as well. And so a casual knit along has started, and it's for this little cardigan, Rebel, which is also a fingering cardigan, and it's also top down, but it's a different construction. It's got a set-in sleeve. I love this little cardi. I wear this one quite frequently. It's got a lot of sort of garter trim, these little pockets, which are really no good for anything except looking pretty, and a little garter bottom. She's a lovely fit. She has that interesting back neck, which is like that across your back neck, but she fits beautifully over your shoulders. The shoulder shaping in here forms a little bit of a puddle, so it just caps your top of your shoulder. She's a very comfy fit. I have seen this on a lot of different body shapes, and to me it suits most people. It's a really great shape, and she's just a nice easy knit. She's a great little light knit. Some people have also chucked bust darts in across here just to give her a little bit more length down the front if they're fuller in the bust, and she's so easy to modify. You can put in, because you're slotting a sleeve in, you can just knit to a different depth of the sleeve you need and just slot the size of sleeve in that you need. She's got this groovy little cuff on her as well at the bottom. See? Fun little cuff. So Rebel is the casual knit along that's happening. Now for the yarn for this one, I used it's a superwash, but it's a single spun yarn from Walk Collection in Germany. I just adored the color. I think it's called Solar System, something like that. I absolutely adored the color. She's very bright. I don't know if she looks as bright on the screen as she is in real life. She's beautifully bright, and with these pops of kind of pink and teal and all the way through. So you can have a lot of fun with the yarn for this one, because she's just little and electric. You can make it quite electric if you want to. So that knit along is also going on at the moment in the Hangout. So if you want to join in, just head over there and say, I want to knit this, and get cracking. You can join in, see who else is knitting it. Just post and people will say, oh, I'm knitting that, and everyone can knit it together. If there is another pattern that you want to knit with other people, then just tell us, or just say in the thread, I really want to knit this. I saw someone had posted the most beautiful Dreamweaver shawl the other day in the Hangout, and it's her third Dreamweaver shawl, she said. It was so pretty. The colors are amazing, And if you want to knit something like that, one of the patterns that's come out, even if it's years and years and years ago, then just put your hand up and say, hey, I really fancy knitting this. Does anyone else want to knit it with me? And one of our moderators will help organize you into a bit of a knit along if you want that. So just have fun in there. You can have a lot of fun. So those are the ones that are going on at the moment. And I've got a shawl coming out for you I think we're going to bring it out in November. It's actually a wardrobe toolbox shawl. It's Kuri that I brought out this time last year. Well, I think it was October last year, I think. And it's a big shawl. She's a big shawl. I'll show you closer to the time. She's got tartan on her and buttons, so you can do her up. I really love that shawl. And there's been some beautiful, beautiful Kuri shawls made in the wardrobe toolbox community. So that will come out at the end of November, and I think we'll do a knit along around that one when she comes out. But we don't want to overwhelm you with knit alongs, but if you just take what works for you and leave the rest, then it'll work out for you, I think. Okay, let me just see your comments. Ruth, you're a bit late. That's fine. You can be a bit late. Oh, Barbara, you're having trouble concentrating on knitting 2 weeks after a hip surgery. Oh, Barbara, I hope you're feeling okay. That's a bit heavy going. Sabrina says, I'm knitting Amelia, that's this one, at the moment too. I got gauged using Eros. Oh, fantastic, which is a skein sport yarn. So I used Eros for my Alex jumper, which is also a wardrobe toolbox pattern. It's not out yet. And that will be out March, maybe, next year, I think. Probably March, in time for the Southern Hemisphere autumn. I think I'll bring it out then. I've got really dry lips today. I got this lipstick, it's a bit dry. Hey, Carol from Wallaroba, New South Wales. Hi, Katie, nice to see you from Scotland. Lisa says it's very bleak in Pegasus. There's Katie, another Katie. Oh, same Katie. You wanted to make that last year, so you might join in with that. Is that the Kuri shawl? Yes. So that will be out, I think November. We've got a date. I wrote a date down, so it's all going to come out. I'm very conscious I don't want to overwhelm people. And so I just try and not to have, I don't know. I want to bring you all the things all the time. And apart from the fact I can't do that on a physical level. But also, I just don't want to overwhelm you and think, oh my goodness, some people want to knit everything, and I don't want them to feel I have knit everything at a certain timetable. I just want you to just do what works for you. You're knitting double time right now, Katie. Oh, that's fun. So double time's this nice little stripy double knit. That'll be perfect for your winter coming. Okay, so those were the cows. Now, the thing about cows, I thought I'd just quickly, knit-alongs, that's cows, K-A-L, cows, knit-alongs, is that there aren't really any, you can keep up if you want, but it's totally up to you. Things can be very flexible. We try and give you a fairly good period of time to do things in. I just think so many of us put extra pressure on ourselves to do things that really should be fun. So try to just keep it fun. And if you're feeling behind, just say, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, I'm only up to this. And then you'll find there's probably, 15 other people that say, oh, I'm only up to that as well. So you'll never feel behind because everybody, other people will be at the same place as you. So the idea is that you just pick up your needles when you can. You join in as you can and as you want to. But we love to see what you're doing. So if you can take a photo of the yarn you're using and post it in the Hangout, we all love that. We love feeling inspired by your colors. Some of us will be knitting things and we might have swatched. And you can talk about swatching. You can talk about, I've done this, or I'm a bit stuck on this, or I don't know how to ask. I don't know how to find out what size to knit. You can ask all those questions. And you can show us your swatch. And you might say, I've done this swatch. And I'm thinking, not sure about that. And we can help you out with those sorts of things. So posting your pictures is a great idea. As you're going, you could do little try-on photos. You could put things on a hanger and show us. You could show us close-ups of bits that you're stuck on or bits that you are really proud of. We just love seeing all your progress. We want to see the needles you're using. We want to see the yarn you're using. Where did you get it? How are you enjoying it? How's it knitting up? What's the fabric like? What colors are you loving putting together? We love it all. So I know that there are literally thousands of people that like to lurk and never say anything. And that's totally fine, except I do love hearing what you say. I love it. And so if you want to just post a little sneaky photo and make a little sneaky comment every now and then, I would really like that, because then I get to see what more of you are up to. And it really helps me, actually, just to get a feel of what everybody likes and how I can change things, or how I can introduce new things, or what I'm doing to help you guys. So if you're brave, if you're feeling brave enough and you can just get those fingers typing and you can just take a little photo, you don't even have to be in any of the photos, then we'd love to see your posts in the Hangout, which is our, like I said, it's our Facebook group where we have all the Truly Myrtle knitting going on. Now, if you're feeling really game, you could put on your cardigan when you're finished, and you could take a photo of you in it, and you could show us all, because we have got in the Hangout, we have a bunch of different albums, and the albums are places that you can pop your photos. They can get put into an album. If you're stuck and you don't know how to do that, just ask. Morgane has made a bunch of videos on how to use the albums, so she could point you to those, and you pop your photo in the album, and then somebody who's thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind knitting one of these garments or this particular shawl, they can go back to the album and they can have a look through all of the photos, and they can feel inspired by the photos that you've put up. So there's a couple of things that happen there. One is they can see color combinations they just might not have thought of, and that is so helpful for so many of us, because whether it's life that's getting in the way or whether it's just you don't think like that, sometimes it's really helpful just to see things in action, so that you think, oh yeah, I like that, but it can be harder to imagine it sometimes. So seeing what you've done can be really helpful for other people. The other thing that can be really helpful is seeing people in clothes where you're a similar shape, your bodies are a similar shape, because we don't always see people whose bodies look like ours. It was probably fairly rare because we're all so unique. But if you post a picture of yourself, then there might be someone else who says, oh, I can see what that might look like on me. I'm finding it hard to imagine, but seeing it on you, I get a better sense of what it might look like on me. And I get a sense of what I might want to wear it with, because I really like what you've done there with this, and this, the way you've worn it. So if you are feeling game, and you've got a camera or a phone with a camera, and you've either got a stand and you've got a delayed timer on your camera and you can take a photo of yourself by yourself, or if you've got a helpful person that will actually take your photo, we would love to see it. We would love to see it. So you could pop it in the albums when you're done. Look, you could do this with old knits of yours. If you've got a Truly Myrtle knit from many years ago and you think, actually, this was a jolly good one, I wear this all the time, you could snap a photo of yourself in it and pop it on the thread. And then if you wanted help putting it into the album, pop it in an album, and we can all enjoy that. We can all see it, because some of these patterns are years and years and years old. And so there's some amazing examples from years gone of people who have made garments that some people are only knitting today. So I think it's really nice to be able to do that. Hey Charlotte, you've got yarn at the ready for the Amelia. I'm just waiting for Wardrobe Toolbox to open so I can get the measurement, shaping, etc. Right, yes, so Wardrobe Toolbox, everybody's in now. I did mean to say that, actually. Everybody's in. The doors are closed, and now we're just waiting. We've got our knit night this week, and then we're launching into stuff next week with our fresh lessons and new pattern, and we're getting stuck into taking measurements. Actually, we're going to do that this month in October. We're going to revisit all that, taking measurements and working out what size and things like that. So we've got a couple of extra sessions happening for you next month, so that will be one of them. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. If you missed out on Wardrobe Toolbox, you can jump on the waiting list now over at wardrobetoolbox.com. The doors will open again in March the 18th to be precise, and they'll be open again for season 11. So if you missed out this time and you want to join, come next time. For those of you who are still on the waiting list and you didn't join, I've actually just sent a survey to everybody just to say, hey, I'm really curious to know what is your main reason for not joining this time. So if you've seen that email land in your inbox, there's a couple of things I want you to do. One if you've already joined Wardrobe Toolbox and you've got that email, can you let me know? Because we're having a big tidy up. And I think that some people signed up with one email, but then joined up with another one. And we haven't been able to match those up. So some of you have just slipped into that Wardrobe Toolbox waiting list, and you're meant to be out of it now because you're already in. So let me know if you're getting it and you're like, I'm pretty sure I joined. I've heard from a few people already where you've obviously joined up with different emails. So just let me know, and we're cleaning all that up. The second thing is, if you have joined and you what's the second thing? I've just lost my train of thought now. There were two things. One is if you've joined. Oh yeah, I think the second thing is if you could you just answer the email if you are able. That would be great. I think that was the second thing. I'm just really curious to know what is the main things that that are stopping people joining, because there are so many of you on that waiting list, and I'm really interested to know what I could do to help you out, and what you're looking for, and those sorts of things. So it's a really quick survey. I just want you to click your main reason. If it's not listed, I just would love to you to type it out. Super quick. The email should be in your inbox. So have a little look. If you want to answer the survey and you just can't find the email, just let me know. You can just email me and let me know. My email, you could actually just email hello@trulymyrtle.com, and we'll be able to figure out, get you a link for that. So that's the wrapping up. That's my wrapping up of Wardrobe Toolbox for season 10. But where all go, we had a record number of people join us this time. More people have joined us this time than have joined us in the last few times. And it is so exciting to see everybody. That we're really humming over there now. I think we're almost coming into 5 years of having run Wardrobe Toolbox. I've had a lot of people now tell me how helpful it's been for them. And so that is hugely encouraging. And it's really exciting to see everybody in there and just bringing them into this sort of knitting lifestyle that we have over there. So if you did miss out and you think, oh, drat, I would have liked to have been part of that, or maybe you've only just heard about it today, you can go over to wardrobetoolbox.com, check it all out, make sure you're on the waiting list, and I will let you know as soon as the doors open again. They only open twice a year, March and September, and that is it. So yeah, you can jump on that waiting list. All right, that was enough talk about that. Hey Vanda, hi from Sydney. Oh, you forgot about the 3-hour difference. Yeah, so our clocks changed last weekend as well. So some of you, there's lots of you here, but some of you might have not realized my clocks are changed. Clocks are changed. We sprung forward. We lost an hour. I'm still feeling a little bit tired, actually. It takes you a while to adjust, doesn't it? But we will adjust. We will get there. So for those of you who have joined Wardrobe Toolbox, I have reminded you in my emails this week, but the clocks have changed in New Zealand. So double check the time zones if you're planning to join us for our knit night on Saturday, my Saturday morning. Just come and check that out. So something else I wanted to tell you, because I had an email from the very lovely Lynn at Fibre to Go. I used her buttons on my Amelia cardigan. Can you see that button? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. They're the prettiest little wooden buttons. They absolutely made this cardigan. And I found, she said to me, she's got them back in stock. She's got lots to choose from. I think you're going to need to email her. I just had a look on her website and I couldn't find the buttons. So I think you'll have to email her. But I have a little bag of buttons. Look, here's one. I just got it out. And they look like, they're all different. This is just one example. This is different to the one on my cardigan. The one on my cardigan is a flower. It's a little flower with the similar kind of colors. It's the same colors as my top. So they are light and they're wood and they've got this pretty painted front. So if you fancy a pretty little button to go on your Amelia cardigan, they work beautifully on this one size-wise, then email Lynn at fibre2go, that's a 2, fibre2go.co.nz. She's a New Zealand yarn dyer, and for those of you who are down here, I'm imagining it's not going to be worthwhile to send just some buttons overseas, but if you buy some of her beautiful yarn, it will be. And you can grab the buttons from her, so she'll let you know what she's got. But I thought I would just tell you that because I got an email from her the other day and she mentioned it, and I thought, oh yeah, we'll definitely let you know. Okay, so the final thing I wanted to remind you was the mini mag. If you're not on my mini mag list, go and jump on that. You can find that at trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, and that is how I stay in touch with you. So I will send you an email every week. It's just chatty and it's just light. And last time I gave you the recipe for my fat bombs that I told you about in my little chocolate love hearts that I told you about. So I will tell you all sorts of things in that mini mag. It'll come every single Friday. It'll hit your inbox. And if you want discounts on new patterns, that is the place to sign up, because that is where I give the discounts. So it's at trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, one word. Where is Fibre to Go located? She's in New Zealand. She's in Hamilton. No, she's not. She's in Northcote and here in Auckland. And so she's a New Zealand dyer, but I imagine that she'll send all over the world. I'm pretty sure she will. I'm not sure where you are, Joan. And but if I imagine sending a few buttons is probably going to be expensive to send them across the world, even though they're so pretty. But her yarn is beautiful, and so you might want to have a little poke through her yarn as well if you want to. I used Lynn's yarn from Fibre to Go in my double time cardigan, which is the stripy one, and I used her hand dyed yarn. You're going to be in Auckland soon, Lynn, Joan, Lynn, Joan, drop her an email, because she might even be able to see you, so that would be good. Okie doke, everybody. Well, that was a kind of a short podcast today. I was just thinking about the knit alongs. Well, I just dreamed it. I've already done the podcast in my sleep when I was dreaming about the cheese the cheese slice that I was going to show you. So I feel like I've already done the podcast this morning. Goodness knows what else I told you in that podcast overnight. I have some fun things coming. I'm so looking forward to showing the new Wardrobe Toolbox people their pattern for next week. And their new lesson and everything that comes with that. I'm quite nervous, but I'm also excited. I'm nervous because everybody's joined and I'm thinking, oh, flip, I hope you think it's good enough. But it will be. We just need to get your questions. I need to talk to you, figure out what you need, and then I'll be able to help you out and direct you back to the right information. But there's always nerves when you have something like this, so I am feeling a little nervous about that, but I am excited. I'm really excited, and so that will be so nice to get the new season underway next week. I've been swatching. I will show you some of my swatches soon, actually, because I've got a Wardrobe Toolbox knit that's separate. I won't show you that, but I've done 3 other swatches for things that I really want to get on my needles. And and I've had a couple of other people reach out to me in the last few days. So I've just got some other things in the works that I'm really hoping I am able to show you pretty soon, be able to get finished. It's a lot of knitting on my part. So, that's a good thing. I'll get back to be doing a lot of knitting and bringing you some new patterns. Oh, hi Kate from Bury in St Edmunds. Do you know I used to live near you? That is so nice to see you. All right, everybody, I will catch you same time, same place. Actually, for the UK people, this is not a bad time at the moment. Our time zones are kind of the same. My 10 o'clock is your 10 o'clock at night, so it's not too bad catching the podcast until you change to your clocks as well. I'll see you next week for another knit and chat. And in the meantime, do tons and tons of knitting. I'll catch you later, everybody. Bye.